Studies have shown, people who practice their faith tend to have lower pressure, better immune function, like you had said, lower stress hormones. So think about the fact that if when you're anxious, and now I'm going to get into the weeds of the health part of it, when you're anxious, you create leaky gut in your stomach. You're not going to absorb your nutrients of the food you're eating, let alone most of the food from processed food is causing leaky gut as well. So it's a double whammy. You are not going to be breathing. Your heart is going to not function right. You go from that creative, higher self mindset to your reptilian brain, which is just there for survival. I can't create a podcast or write an article. I have to focus on food, water, sleep, like the very basics of life when you are stressed. And it increases cortisol. What does cortisol do? We love cortisol when we're running from a tiger, but not every day 24/7. And that cortisol is shutting down your thyroid, making your body store visceral fat, that dangerous fat around the belly. Why? Because if we're going to be attacked by a tiger, we need this nice layer of fat to protect our organs. It shuts down that thyroid, like I mentioned. It also is going to make you store more fat on top of what you would, even though you're probably eating more calories out of stress as well. So there's all of these mechanisms physically that degrade the body when you're stressed. You feel out of control because you don't have trust in something larger than you. And I just want to throw this in too, Jason, and I would love your thoughts on that. Let's get over ourselves. It's not about us here. It is not about us. And one of the best therapies for people that have depression or anxiety is to go serve, to go do something for somebody else and stop thinking about us. We're in this society where we all have 15 minutes of fame on social media, and we're trying to get attention. It's not about us. There's a much bigger plan out here.
That's exactly right. And, again, that concept has been studied and researched, and you can see people whose depression is lessened outside of medical intervention. One of the things, other than like physical exercise, this walking is just about as good for depression symptoms and anxiety symptoms as medicine, and sometimes better. But it's that, and then it is to serve someone else, to elevate someone's needs, even if it's momentary, and even if this, where some people are like, but if I serve, doesn't it have to be completely altruistic? Like, I can't, if I get good feelings back, is that somehow lessen its purity? No, I mean, that's part of the way, again, God built us, is that when we serve each other, we actually experience an increase in all of even the biochemical things that we need. But it was found in the scriptures, again, ancient text that's been telling us what science is coming into alignment. This is one of my things. The Bible and science always, with enough time, they end up coming together.
Mm-hmm.
But it said this in Isaiah: you who are downcast, your soul that is in pain and low, serve someone. And the writer says, and your spirit will lift like the morning sun. There is a sunrise to come on your outlook and my mental health whenever we go and serve, because you're right, it's not about us. And all of these ways, right, is we're created as embodied creatures, deeply intertwined and interconnected, soul, spirit, and mind. As we use that for the purposes we were intended for, to bring flourishing to not only ourselves and our families, but to the broader world, like the cultural creation of beauty and goodness and companies that thrive, and employment opportunities for people. Like, I see all this as a part of what someone in my world might call worship, like honoring God with all the gifts he's given you, including that 100-year, hopefully 100-year body that you have, with all of its frailty and all of the things that you don't love about it. It is a gift, and so is your psychology, and so is your emotion, and it's a gift to be stewarded well for the good of others. And when we do it, there's just there's just no way to contradict it. We find ourselves becoming healthier.